It's the 29th. Oh.
29th.
Yes, so
we only have tomorrow to file our returns. Tulipo ushuru tujitegemee.
Bado unajitegemea? Lipa ushuru basi.
Ama tulipe tu ushuru kujitegemea, that is constant.
Ni wewe. Hiyo ni kila siku. Si juu exactly.
How are you?
Niko salama. Wewe. I told people that on Friday the weather was here and you were here.
Let me tell you.
And my name's not Minor, but continue.
Let me tell you. 1 a.m. I had to rush to hospital.
Where?
Because my body decided to do that thing. Nienda mahali nikakula kitu. So I was having a running stomach. I was throwing up. But hats off to the doctors out there for an amazing job.
So
activated charcoal, hapa kule, some liquids here and there. I was about to be put on mnaitanga nini? Maji. Lakini thankfully I didn't have to. But I spent the whole day Friday in hospital. I was leaving around 6 p.m.
Allah?
From 1 a.m.
But now you're feeling better.
Yes, under the circumstances, all things considered, I'm much better than Friday.
Wow. Pole.
Like in cine life. But guys, please know what you're eating.
You are suffering from something called Montezuma's curse.
Yeah.
Pole
food poisoning.
Yeah. Pole sana.
But
outside here, be careful what you eat.
Be careful. What you eat, please. What you eat.
Jama, I'm very sorry.
But thank you.
But you're here? And we're looking.
Day what today?
Yeah.
Day 1 of 8. Okay, so
today is day 1 of 8. Ana tunaanzanga wapi? Like
it's
yesterday.
Day 1 of 8.
The day the Lord rested is the first day of the week. Asasa leo ni day 2 of 8.
Learn day 2 of 8.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the Lord rested. Okay, sawa. Learn day 2
Hapa
of 8.
katikati tutajua mali tutafika 8.
Yeah.
But it's 8. Sawa.
Day 2 of 8. It's good to be here.
Indeed it is. Good morning, Evelyn. Abbas, just put one hand in the air. One hand in the air. Yeah. Everybody's fine. Joylene is also fine. She's been swinging like a fairy from the rooftops this morning. You can ask her how her weekend was. But for all intents and from all indications, it was a good weekend. And we're getting into it this morning. What is it? It is Monday. So we're going to have a couple of conversations today, and we're coming off of an interesting weekend, and the headlines are already looking interesting because that weekend was quite something, wasn't it?
Yes.
World Cup fever continues, World Cup mania, and we're down to 32 for sure. A couple of nations, as a result of their matches yesterday, got bundled out of the World Cup. And many people are doing many things, from the likes of Messi for Argentina and Kylian Mbappe and Dembele for France. Evelyn, nimekuacha wapi? Uko kwa bridge. Yes. Football is it's something you need to get into. True. So it's going to be an interesting next round as we get into it, and we'll see in another couple of weeks who will lift the cup. You can catch up with the boys on KTN at 2:00 as they bring you KTN World Cup 2026. Beria, Okenye, Hassan Juma, bringing you all the World Cup action in terms of all the preparation and all what this actually means, all the highlights and stuff. So you want to catch up with them at 2 on KTN. Sawa sawa. A very good morning to everybody and karibu sana. This is the Situation Room. Dennis Tolaseto, feeling a lot better this morning. So we're going to get into it today. Ndroko, and we say karibu sana. Thank you for being here in the room with us. And let's turn these wheels as we get into the conversations that are necessary for us to have every day. What we'll be talking about today, I'll let you into it just a little bit. Our conversations, of course, started about 7:00, and we'll get into a conversation today at 7 as what we've been doing. The state of democracy. Samuel Pogisho, remember him? He's a former Senate Majority Leader and ICT Minister. He joins us in the province of Kipruto Arab Kirwa, who's a former minister as well. We'll be looking into the state of democracy, shutdown politics and accountability. What does this exactly all mean? And does it have any bearing on what's going to come in the future. The next test or the next thing that we're going to see is the by-election that's going to take place in Okalau in about 16 days. Yeah, because it's on the 16th. So we're looking about 16 days from now, 17 days from now. And that probably will put people in a bit of a tailspin in terms of what it actually means moving forward. So we'll talk about this and all other things. While you were asleep, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba decided that under the power of his father, he was going to shut down 2 major media houses in Uganda, and Nation, NTV rather, being one of them, and said, you know what, don't play with me or I'll shut you down. And actually, you know what, it seems like he felt he was played with and then shut them down. Allah. And so they failed to broadcast. And he said, I have the power to switch off the button. And then he did his finger like this. Tap. Yeah. And then now, woke up in the morning yesterday and there was nothing. Then now, he said, maybe I can put it back on. So these are some of the things we're going to be talking about. Are we excesses and things like that? And then one must also ask the question, how okay, Kainerugaba, is everything okay up there?
I know.
Bana.
The battles you have, sir. Do they serve a purpose?
Is he speaking for his father? Because in all of his tirades, his father has been distinctly silent, or is he just saying that he knows exactly what his son is saying and doing, and he's quiet because he's okay with it? What does it say about silence?
True. Confirmation, man.
Absolutely. That forms some of the conversations that we'll be having at 7 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, we'll look at the state of the nation as we do every Monday. Professor PLO Lumumba is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and Tanganyika. We'll look at the state of the nation and abductions and rule of law. We'll talk about that at 8 with him. Some of these things just necessary to put us on a path. And I can see what Evelyn is doing. But I can understand now how these conversations are taking place. Dear Mr. President, we'll talk again at 9 o'clock. Uphold the rights of Kenyans. And one of the question in the first place, whether Kenyans actually understand what their rights really are.
Yeah.
Do you know? Maybe have a look at the Constitution. And then just talk about human rights in a little bit when we say, please, that needs to be one of the first things that you're actually doing. Sasa?
I think the biggest question is, let me have an addition to that question. Do all Kenyans understand what their rights really are?
For sure.
Because remember, whether you want to look at those in government, police, whichever the case, do they really understand what their rights are?
Because how do you demand something for which you don't know what it is? And if we're asking that, the rights of Kenyans be upheld, then what is it? Yeah. And the picture in my mind still remains that man who was just beaten, taken, and clearly a person living with disabilities that was just beaten, mishandled by the police. In that moment, you see him, he's not able to move as you are as upright. In that moment.
Exactly.
So what happens?
Like this guy can't outrun you.
Bana. So does your brain become dislodged from the rest of your system for you to say, let's keep beating this guy to Iwe Funzo, Yanini?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
To who exactly?
Yeah.
It speaks about the conditioning that our police officers go through. What happens to them that you lose yourself when you are at your job, once you wear that uniform? Just how are you conditioned to forget humanity?
I don't know, man.
Because that clip is like 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds, a lot happens.
It's a very long time.
You hear a police officer telling that gentleman, they've already taken crutches from him. He is on the floor. And an officer says, Nani jinue tu kwa heshima yako. I'm like, a guy, he's disabled. You've taken away something that gives him the power to move.
Hey, happened to Tuko.
Kenya, my country.
Where? It doesn't look pretty, but if you understand what your rights are, your rights to not be beaten up, your rights to not be disappeared, your rights to not be arrested at dawn in your house. The right, if you understand, then you can demand them. But if you don't, then it puts us in a bit of a pickle. So to ask a question, that's what we're going to be asking, dear Mr. President. First of all, we understand what the rights are now. Can we ask, dear Mr. President, can you please uphold these rights? That's what our conversation then will look like at 9 o'clock. So thank you for being here. Our live streams are up. Cindy, am I lying?
They're up.
They're up on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X, and also our audience on KTN this morning. Thank you for joining us. I realize that there are many, many people who listen silently on the way to where they're going. Thank you for being part of this conversation. Let's talk about it unto thought, unto action. Let's do it this morning. All right, sir. We left Kenya last week. Tuko wapi?
Did you know that Kenya is the only country, the continent that starts with the letter K? Like tuko tu sisi peke yetu.
Kazakhstan is not in Africa.
Why, yeah.
I'm joking.
Just one of the unique things about Kenya.
Sawa basi. Congrats.
Thanks. Let's go to a country when you look at their flag, they have a heart in it, like a kofia.
Oh, a hat.
A heart.
Try again. Something else. Another
Something
clue.
else. Maseru is the capital.
Wait, I know the answer. Oi, Jamini.
It is a country within a country. It is a country inside a country.
It's Lesotho.
Lesotho.
Jeez, man.
It is Lesotho. And did you know Lesotho is the only country
that
in
starts
the
with
world?
an L. Okay, sorry.
No, in the world where it's at 1,000 feet above sea level, like the entire country.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it is called a kingdom in the sky because of its elevation, its elevation above sea level. Again, during winter, they actually experience snow.
Wow. They do. It snows a lot, actually,
it
from what I understand. It's true, it does.
So if you want to experience snow, apana usiende ngambo ile ya kutoka
si lazima uende gambo.
Usiende ngambo. Enda tu ngambo ya wapi? Ya Lesotho tu hapa kwa kona hapa. So they also have a textile and garment manufacturing. Another thing about them is they have this blanket, which is like a national dress that they wear and really, really looks beautiful. I'm looking at some pictures here.
It's beautiful.
Looks really nice. And diamond mining as well, huge in the country. Agriculture and livestock as well, and water exports to South Africa through the Lesotho Highlands Water Project. So they export water to South Africa.
South Africa ina maji?
Awana wanatoa Lesotho.
Wow.
It is not Lesotho, my people. It's not. It's written as Lesotho, but it's Lesotho.
It is.
But let's go to the proverb.
Alrighty.
Okay? Inajua utapenda. Sasa. One who wants everything ends up with nothing. The one who wants everything ends up with nothing. In Swahili they say, mpanda farasi wawili upasuka msamba.
What's samba?
Msamba. Now, okay, let me do it in English. He who rides two horses, pasukas in the middle. You know msamba.
Okay. There was a musical that was done. It's called You Can't Take It With You.
Yep.
And it was just interesting because it was a story of a man who just went through his whole life trying to get. You can't take it. You will not take it with you. And the thing that is in my mind also is when you bury somebody, I mean, so sad to see that you bury somebody and they're gone. Everything that they had tried to take, everything that they had tried to amass, everything that... It goes. So you can enjoy it now. In this life is the best time to enjoy it. Bring out the china. Stop and smell the roses. But then if you try to get everything, you end up with nothing. That's the truth. So you can get some today and you can live. You can get some tomorrow and you can live. You can keep some for a rainy day, which is a good idea. But that you want to amass all this wealth. Where? Even you will steal it.
Bwana, greed leads to loss, bwana. That's how I'll interpret it.
Write it down.
Greed
leads to loss.
But I get a little. You can't amass everything.
You can try.
You don't have the wherewithal to have everything. Because at some point, even when ukienda kwa baba, ukienda Sayuni, imagine you'll forget to document all those things and they'll just disappear like that. We know politicians in this country who amassed a lot, and even when they were alive, they could not account to all the property that they had because they can't remember where they stashed them.
Exactly. Very true. You can't even remember.
You can't remember
how much you have, where you put it, nothing like that.
So what struggle to get all that?
I am in
agreement.
Thanks. Good proverb. Coming from sasa watu wa Lesotho wanaitwa?
Lesotho ones. That's one. That's
Yeah,
what it's
they're Setswana actually.
Yeah.
They are Setswana.
It's not Lesotho ones. Setswana.
Setswana.
Yeah.
Wamoyo hosts the Pink Perspective on Saturday with Becky and our Salimia Sana kila mtu. Just in case you're wondering, she's a very beautiful girl from Nanyuki.
Nani?
Wamoyo, Helen.
Oh, Wamzi.
Amewasalimia.
Wamzi unafanya niko ofisi sahi. That's my question.
Beauties from Nanyuki. Wako ofisi in the darkness.
I know, Wamzi.
Ulifukuzwa kutoka wapi nini?
Unashanga, umetoka wapi wewe?
But she's greeting everybody and we're getting into it this Monday morning. Wacha tusalimia watu. Sasa Wamoyo amefungua mlango so that we can say hi to everybody this morning. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. We can see that you're in the room today.
The people of Lesotho are called Masoto.
Masoto. I know there's Masoto. There's Basoto.
Masoto is one. Basoto
is many. Apple.
I think it's a language.
It's one of the but it's also one of the tribes there.
Yeah.
Very good. Sasi tuko hapo. Yes, I knew it was a Soto.
Soto, Basoto.
A very good morning to you, says Peter Kiari. Tuned in. Anyone who thinks they're too small to make an impact, or rather to make a difference, has never met the honeybee. Where? Robert Ibogo says, good morning from Mombasa. Alex Gyoko says, good morning, Spice FM. Kitale to Korada. So I told you, I was telling you about my son, who incidentally just turned 13 on Sunday. And he just walk into the room and he'll say, Rada. So I'll be like,
less.
What?
Rada less.
What are you saying? Like radar?
Yeah. Just respond.
Yeah,
Rada.
well, I didn't get.
Just say rather less.
I only found out the meaning on Friday. So he'd be like, "So, Mom, you need to get with it." So okay, now I'm with it.
You're getting with it.
I'm getting with it. Getting tricky with it. Nah. Okay. Fiery Red says, good morning, Joanna Seto. Another day to give you your flowers. Asante sana. Aseto pokea maua.
Asante sana.
Many thanks for all you do on a daily. Much appreciated. And to you too, sir. Asante sana. Johnny Kasula says, good morning, tuning in from Kitui South. Clement Ochola says, good morning. Malindi Kwachocha. Another week to tighten our belts, though the belts are almost short. Wangi Juma says, good morning, Team Spice. Mkoje. Mkoje is like mko aje put together. Yeah. Okay. The ostrich is still burying its head in the sand, but Kenyans in Nani, we shall pull it out come August 2027.
You better.
Yes, you need to.
Yeah.
Hello, Princess Njoana Seto says, Leo, very good morning to you. Get well, tall man. Yes, get well. With 500B, there were semblances of a working education sector. Why does it look like it's not working without an additional 200B? The money that was allocated does not... Do I want to get into this morning?
Get into it.
Am I not feeling peace? Then peace like a river attendeth my way. I have to sing myself into a state of peace.
Yeah.
The money allocated for education in the budget. If that money were actually to get to everywhere that is needed, we would be seeing a difference. It is not enough. Even the 730 billion towards education is not enough. However, if you actually saw that the money that was allocated gets to where it's supposed to be going, we would not have a problem.
True.
Louder. Nashan Cookie says, good morning. Good morning, Indra and Dennis. Looking forward to another week of wonderful conversations. Also, let's wish our DRC brothers all the best in their next game. Love from Arizona, Kabisa. Did I skip a few people? It would seem that I did. Bernardo Gamba says, good morning. Tell principals who are back from coastal trip to disseminate key deliberations. Most of them feel over-entitled to interact and share with their teachers. Ogamba amesema, hii mambo ya kusomesha watoto kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni mtawacha. Let children go and have some co-curricular activities. Go outside. Extracurricular. It's important. And this is one of the things that he said to the school heads as they've come from the Mombasa.
You know that information needs to go to who exactly? To the district educational officers, extension officers,
to go and ensure that's actually happening.
That directive from the CS.
I am in agreement. Joseph Risho says, good morning. A long chair does not make a king. Indeed. That's a great Sudanese proverb. Watching from Portland, Oregon is Mashari and Jero. Very good morning to you. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, Spice FM team. Good morning. Christina says, good morning, tuned in as well. Kimiak, I smile when I see your name. Monday morning, well, everybody really. Monday morning and morning plus a morning run plus morning spice hits the right spot. Kabisa. Now that needs to be put on a t-shirt. But still, let it be known that nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration. Kimiak, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Daniel Churu says, good morning, dear crew. There's a group of people from a certain country which have been intersecting triangles on its flag. The things they have been up to around the world and still are. Wake up, world. Yeah. I know. So if you know the world's flags and they're intersecting triangles with two colors, you might want to think about what that is. One of those colors is white. Shh, ndush. Yeah. Jennifer Tenney says, good morning, Ndu Aseto Spice family. We know our rights, and this should be included in People's Police Courses 101. Jennifer, I want to hear at 9 what those are. And those police officers should deal with their conscience. Have a great week, people. To you too, Jennifer, my love. Luhimbo says, good morning, my family. Just remember, a sense of humanity among law enforcement agencies is gone out the window. It's gone. And this is a reflection of the leadership from the top to the bottom. Rogers Nyang is tuning in this morning from Brikani in Voi. And Raskodor says, good morning, Team Spice. I learned that Musgo had promised Nithi Bridge before that 10 times. Who bewitched Kenyans? Nithi Bridge has been promised again. Let me ask you, this bridge is, like the phenomenon that we don't exactly understand what happens. Like the people of Scotland tell the story of the Loch Ness Monster. That if you go to a particular part of Scotland, there's a monster that just grabs people in kind of like a bog and nobody really knows where they go. It's like an urban legend. We don't really know if it's true. Same thing with the Bermuda Triangle. For some reason, when ships enter into this particular triangle in the Caribbean, they just disappear. It's like a vortex of wind and they go. People don't know the phenomenon or understand it. Again, another urban legend. Is it possible that the Nithi Bridge is another urban legend? Is it possible?
Can I tell you what's happening? Let us just stop promising with the intention of fulfilling the promise.
Have you gone to Nithi and seen the bridge?
Yes.
You've seen the non-bridge. I'm telling you, this new bridge could be an urban legend.
Yeah.
It's very possible. It could be added to the list of those
telling
things.
you, the only people who are using that new bridge, is just Casper and his brothers.
Yes. Hey, my gosh. D Combo says, good morning, latecomers. Ndu Anaseto, hii tabia mmetoa wapi? Latecomers are wapi? Wewe umekuwa wapi asubuhi leo? Paul Olaka says, good morning. Mtaka vyote hukosa vyote. Yes. Osena Emily says, good morning, Spice family. Did I hear right that Ruto at 90, Kenya will be the first world? He ain't going nowhere. Ruto, when he's 90, Kenya will be in the first world. Well, okay, sawa. Erica War says, good morning, guys. And it's Kenny says, good morning, Ndu and Dennis. The Greeks have a saying, he who the gods want to destroy, first they make mad. Yes. He who the gods want to destroy, first they make mad. Absolutely. So is somebody going cuckoos? That's about to go down. Yes, indeed, it is Mosoto and Basoto.
Yes.
Shiro Hussein says, good morning, tuning from Marsabit. Yay, good morning to you. Dave Mangara says, good morning, Tol and Ndu. Lenin, you've called yourself Lenin. Wow, okay. Good morning and tuning from the land of the cradle of mankind, county 023. That is Turkana, is it not? Mtuflani says, good morning to the princess, Sharap and the squad. Aseto, with all your sweaters. Are you sure you are not Basoto too? That design on your sweater actually could come close to something that one of the cloth that we see.
Yeah.
Do you do it on purpose?
Well, when you do research, you have to look the part.
Kabisa. Galasis says, good morning. Let me borrow Ndu's method of singing myself to peace. Yeah. There's a story of there's a video of a baby who wanted to sleep. She wanted to sleep and she was used to being patted to sleep by her mother or father, whatever, before she... So at some point she said, Sasa, now nobody is here to pat me. She patted herself. So that's me now. You're looking for peace. I sing. It is well.
It is well
with my soul.
With my soul.
It is well. It is well with my soul. Una jipat. Otherwise, cheesy.
My friend.
Where?
That nut and bolt will fall.
Disappear. They just divorce from each other. Herbert says, good morning. We're back into abductions. Oh no, imagine we are into abductions. Where? Ivan Amondi says, good morning. Kitangela is tuned in. Sabalheri. Team Spice says, Rogers live. Very good morning.
Sabalheri to you too.
Sabalheri to you too.
Yes, 20.
What does it mean?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Yes. And now I'll never forget, now that I've been told. Beja says, good morning, tuning from Paddington in London. And Cosmas Marisi says, good morning, tune in, good people. And James Karaoke says, good morning, tuned in from Soy. Great back to school week kwa mwalimu wa JS. Yes, please. And Isho Wian says, good morning, tuned in from Doha. Yes, kids are going back to school from today, tomorrow, and into Wednesday. God in heaven, please protect these children and whatever these people went and discussed when they went to Mombasa.
Let them implement.
And the people who didn't go to Mombasa but had to stay where they were.
Yeah.
May we come back into this school, the second half of term 2, with a renewed vigor. But then apart from that, that's the desire to just do. Can you imagine if everybody went and did the minimum? Just the what?
The minimum.
Just the minimum. Imagine
something
that's what
has been
asking.
said.
Yeah.
It is not well with my taxes.
My dear, it's well with your soul.
It is well with your soul.
That's where we are going to start. And let's look into the headlines now at this point. Quite something. Spending spree. Mutuflani, you might want to, stock up because it looks like it's going to be an interesting morning. There are pictures there of your governors of different counties, but the sub here is a new report. The bold newspaper, Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard, benchmarking billions. A new report, not from The Standard, from the Controller of Budget, shows that county governments are wasting huge amounts of money on unnecessary allowances and costs of local travel, conferences, and international meetings. The report warns that many counties are also overspending on salaries. Their wage bills take up 44% of their total revenue. Remember, which is above the legal limits of 35% set within the law. Governors are using too much money on travel and staff costs, leaving little for roads, health, water, and other services that Kenyans need. Okay. Some of the governors that are on the front page of The Standard this morning. With the least amount, 219.82 million shillings is the amount that Homa Bay County spent on domestic travel with no allocation for foreign travel. There is Gladys Wanga, who is the governor of the county. Coming in next at 235.37 million shillings is Anne Waiguru, the county governor. However, it is the amount that Kirinyaga County spent on domestic travel with no allocation for foreign travel. Yani hii pesa yote travel hapa ndani Kenya
tu.
Kwani Kirinyaga, Sagana to like Karatina. It's like how much? I'm just asking. 235 million shillings is a lot of money for local travel. I'm just going to repeat just so that it's not my Monday morning without coffee brain. This is the amount that was spent on domestic travel in Kenya. That's what domestic means. With no allocation to foreign travel. Ile ya foreign travel ni tofauti.
Yeah, you're different.
Ni different. Coming in third place, Machakos hapa. 249.15 million shillings, amount that Machakos County spent on domestic travel. Hapa tu. Machakos tunaenda Kitui kidogo, then maybe we go to Mombasa, tunaenda just east, and then tunaenda west kidogo, west sana tukienda sana. Kiambu. Anyway, whatever.
Lakini tunashida Nairobi kila siku.
That's right. Lakini tumeshida Nairobi paka tumespend 240 what?
249. Alafu hapo chini iko
302.9 million shillings. Sorry. Acha.
Iko against the 4.89 million.
Hii sasa tulipanda ndege. Na tukatoka the borders of Kenya.
Tulipigiwa passport muhuri. Kabisa.
Welcome to wherever. 64.89 million shillings is the amount of money that you spent on the outside and the travel of the Kenya.
Yes, that is 14 million shillings richer to what Rigathi Gachagua was offered by the courts. Just saying.
Coming in at fourth place on the front page this morning, according to the Controller of Budget, Baringo County spent 302.9 million shillings on domestic travel. Come, I beg, you people, what does domestic travel mean? Or does it include plus accommodation? Or this one is just that you climb bus, you climb train, you climb plane, and then went somewhere inside Kenya?
So you travel, right? So there is air ticket, then there is accommodation, and then where you are as well, there is transport as well within. So you got an S500 in London to move you from point A to point B. But so ukitoka Masaku kuja Nairobi, you have like an entourage. You know the move with many cars,
Yeah.
So I assume you have like 10 vehicles. to move you around plus your stuff. Someone has to carry your handbag.
You know what? That by the time Sheila Tembur comes to read news, tukianza sai tuko Machakos. I'm just asking if you are aware.
Yeah.
All right. But they decided that money is what they spent. Now, Watu wa Baringo, the county, has spent 302.9 million shillings domestic travel and 20.64 million shillings that was spent. Now, understand, when they say was spent, imesha ding ding chikaching. Spent. Not allocated. This one has been spent. Gone. And then bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves.
Go.
Nairobi, 1.18 billion shillings.
Rudia?
1.18 billion shillings. It's the amounts that Nairobi County spent on domestic travel.
In a county that garbage is still a problem. Continue.
And also, as we were traveling outside of the country, we numerized 373.61 million shillings. That was the amounts that we spent traveling
Water supply still remains being
country.
A mirage.
Yes,
it's
but
okay.
we benchmark in New York. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Exactly.
It's New York. We went to see how things are done.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went to say hi to Mamdani.
Hey, hello.
Sabji.
Wewe. Yeah, control of budget said this is the kind of money that y'all are spending.
And you see, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5.
So you, the woman who was outside the hospital in Mandera now, Liza, outside the hospital, we're traveling.
You see 1.1 billion was spent. Ukienda pale Landis Road.
Yeah.
It is hop, step, and a jump.
Fly
because
even.
ukiruka hapa iko nyanya ya mutu, ukiruka huku kuna kinyesi, ukikanyaga hapa you think it's a puddle of water. No, it's a puddle of susu.
Wewe, telling you when you're traveling.
Anyway,
that's just the headline. That's on the front page. I hand it over to you to take page 2 because I'm tired.
Wacha mimi nichukue page 2.
Yeah.
There is a gentleman here.
Huh?
Hey, the general from Uganda. You gotta love his mustache, eh?
To know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uganda's military silence nation media outlets in press crackdown. So the closure of NTV Uganda and Daily Monitor has heightened fears over declining press freedom in East Africa. The move sparked regional condemnation of escalating state intimidation and censorship. Remember, this is, one would say, intimidation of the media, especially in East Africa, is quite concerning. You go to Tanzania, you come to Kenya, there is also Uganda. One asks the question, why? What is it that government does not want its people to know? Now, Muturi, press must be free, protected from intimidation. That is according to former Attorney General Justin Muturi, who condemned the intimidation and harassment of editors and journalists, saying such actions violate the constitution and undermine Kenya's democracy. These coming days after Standard Group associate editor was, there were abduction attempts in Nakuru County, and this goes to show just how deep concerning the matter is. Now, Mushina reports billboard vandalism. Now, UDA parliamentary candidate Samuel Mushina has reported vandalism of his campaign billboards in Captain Town, raising concerns of growing political intolerance ahead of the July 16th All Kalau by-election. All Kalau, many say, everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
The stakes are high. But even while at that, we just call upon everybody to exercise peace and tolerance.
Yeah, let's behave ourselves.
Sell your agenda, I will sell mine. You want me, vote for me. You don't want me, don't vote for me.
Period. Yeah.
Now, Kenya's prolific blood donor hits 111 donations. Now, the Nakuru-based court prosecutor declared the country's most prolific blood donor. Now, he coordinates blood donation drives, helping maintain a steady supply in blood banks. So that is Alpha Kennedy Sanya, who has posed with his award after he was honored by the National Heroes Council for donating blood 105 times in 2024. This man has a lot of blood.
Either that or... Okay, sorry. It's like, because every time you give blood, right? We're told when you donate blood, you have to wait for 3 months before you give again. How was he able to?
105.
How much in a year or how long?
105.
Because he said in 2020 what? 2024 he gave blood 105 times. So two people are lying to us, or one, or who?
Yeah.
When
Either information we've had throughout coming from the medical field is a lie.
Because that meant for him to give blood 105 times, and if there was going to be any kind of respite between donations, that means that he was given blood. He was giving blood every 3 days.
Every 3 days, yeah.
Yeah. If he gave blood 105 times, he was basically giving blood every 3 days, every 3 to 4 days for the entire year.
Yeah.
Abi, how did they count it?
Doctor, please, to explain here, because it's not making sense.
No, it doesn't.
So,
especially when they said that there needs to be a hiatus between donations.
Page 4, we've looked at that story, the benchmarking. So go get yourself a copy of the Standard, and you'll see how much you count, because it's been listed there. Akiamungi pesa ni nyingi, my God. Akiamungi pesa ni nyingi.
Where is your county? Can I help you? Just kidogo too. Where is your county? Do you know how much you spent? Baringo, you spent 302.9 million shillings on domestic and 20.64 on foreign. Bomet, you spent 171. Bungoma, you spent 360. And then on foreign travel, you spent 12. In Bomet, you spent 39 on foreign travel. Busia, you spent 171 on domestic and 40 on forein. Elgeyo Marakwet, you spent 65 on domestic, kind of makes sense, and then you spent 11 on foreign. Embu, you spent 131.6 on domestic and 27 on foreign. Garissa, you spent 62 on domestic and 10 on foreign. Homa Bay, you spent 219 on domestic and none on foreign. Isiolo, 93. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And West Pokot.
Hey.
Hello?
Yes?
West Pokot, you spent 492.91 shillings on foreign, on domestic travel. And 11 on foreign.
I think even as these individuals travel, right? We need to look at value for money, return on investment. Because one would say, if you travel within the country and we are not seeing any result from that travel,
then come and go and sit down.
No, return that money to Ananchi so that it can do something else. Because no, we can't live like that and
West
expect
Pokot,
that we're moving.
Munenda wapi? That's also the question. We've already looked at the chagrin that is
million.
Yeah, bwana. Samburu. Hello, Samburu. 417 million shillings on domestic travel.
Meru. 20.
Hey.
Now Nairobi is just 1.1.
Kitui 482. Governor Malombe Nyaje, let me ask you, even Mombasa is at 156.54. Let me understand. We see Abdul Samad everywhere all the time, everywhere, but he still just spent 156. West Pokot, tell me who the governor of West Pokot is.
I don't know.
Nenda happy. And it's not just him. There are other people who travel. This is understood. But I'm just making the comparison that people that we see all over the place, every day they're somewhere. Nani, Abdul Samad was in Nairobi just the other day. West Pokot, tell us who is the governor. That's my point. You've gotten my point. Okay.
You see, here's now the question where one says, if an example is set by the highest office, you've set the example, everybody else will follow that. There's a conversation we were having with a certain taxi driver the other day, and we were behind this Passat. And what this gentleman said was, Mwai Kibaki, there's a reason why he decided that all the ministers would move with Passats, because it is easy to maintain, it is easy to fuel, right? And if that was the example that he had set, then you can imagine today, if that was ministers were moving with Passats, there is no way on earth that the government of Kenya would be giving members of parliament 5 million shillings to buy vehicles, because the cabinet has set an example. So it would give you car loans based off the standard that the government of Kenya has set. So when we decided to go back to V8s and Gazelas and all those things,
what do you expect?
It is very expensive. It is very expensive to fuel, to maintain, and to ferry people around.
I want to disabuse anyone of the notion that I'm saying that West Pokot is less important than another county. My point is that if you're spending 417 million shillings on domestic travel, then we should be able to see the value for the money that you are spending. Let's even see you somewhere. Let's even know that there's something that you're doing, Bana. That's my point here. Not to excuse anybody who's jumping all over the place, but let's see that you're doing something. Anyway, her job is to report. She has reported and told you what your count, and it's not just, and also to disabuse us of the notion that it is just the governor who's up about and going places. That's not the case. That there are staff, after all, the CEC for Nairobi is in America.
Yeah. Oh, the one for finance.
Yeah. Finance
in,
CEC is in America. And that's actually the story on page 7.
So, iko page 5.
Oh, heck, ahead.
Iko story hapa. SHA system glitches disrupt hospitals.
Way. Which SHA? The one that's working?
That one.
Oh, okay.
That one that is working has a glitch. And that glitch has affected services in hospitals. So let me just lead the subheads. Now, health facilities report persistent OTP failures in the SHA system, forcing manual processing and slowing care. Now, your OTP is what?
One-time password.
One-time password.
Yeah.
Ile you've been logged in, then you're told, ongojea kuna message
inakuja kwa simu,
so that we can put that into your information.
Right.
So now that system has a glitch.
Oh no.
OTP
is
hanging somewhere is hanging somewhere in the lines. Bado haijaland. So what they are forced to do is to go manual. What manual entry into the system does is it slows down access to care.
For sure.
Assuming you have 1,000 people and you have to
input
one by one, how long are you spending? Now, while hospitals cite a week-long it's a week-long disruption, the health CS denies system-wide downtime. You see, the cabinet secretary sits in his air-conditioned office, right? He has an office in the corner enjoying the views of Uhuru Park and Bunge Towers. That's where his office is, right? But the people who are using the system are telling you, we have been having a glitch for the entire week and it's slowing down the system. It's slowing us offering services to Wananchi. Instead of you fixing it, you're saying, that thing is working. You've not even logged into the damn thing.
I just have one
to look at if it's working. Uliza tu.
E-system really cost how much pesa?
104 billion.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
If you're going to spend 104 billion shillings on a system, guess what? Even 1 second of downtime, you're not allowed.
You're not.
Because that means, and then we say, yeah, things happen technologically. Yes, we know that things happen technologically. We understand that, and that there can be hitches every now and then. But if you're going to spend 104 billion Kenya shillings on a system because they told us it's a system. Your system or OTP is not functioning. Not hours. Do you know? I can understand if you say there were a couple of hours downtime. Days, 24 hours.
24 hours and 7. Yeah.
Round 1, 2, 7. 7 days. And you spend 104 billion shillings on the thing.
Yeah.
My friend, if you spent 104 billion shillings on a system, it goes...
A second glitch is a mistake.
It cannot...
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
Because what we are saying is that we are equating this amount that you have spent to quality that we were looking for, that everybody says, fuck Christ, much better than NHIF. It's the one thing and going. It's good. However, 7 days of a glitch is not a glitch. 7 days of a glitch means that your system is corrupted and that from the very beginning it could not stand what it was needed to do. 7 days is not a glitch, my friend.
It's not a glitch, it's a breakdown.
Jameni.
Let me tell you what doctors are saying, like providers. They're saying, hospital administrators who spoke to the Standard on condition of anonymity, please do with that information what you want, for fear of victimization, said the system challenge have further made it difficult to process patients under the Social Health Insurance Fund. Now, the system has been unstable for the entire week, said a health provider. Bwana Dwale, you're not a health provider. The health providers are telling you it's not working. Bwana, if that glitch has been there for 7 days, you got no time to sit there and trash what you're being told. Fix the damn thing.
Mandago amesema tusiweke kwa lungs. Hii nimeweka kwa lungs, bwana.
Hii nimeweka.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.